Hi, this is the second online video lecture for Sociology 436, Globalization and Social Change. In this video, I would like to go over with you what is under the Course Information tab for this course, particularly the course syllabus and any related information. In the Course Information tab, you'll see an Instructor Resources folder. That's just for me and other instructors of this course. You can't go in there and see anything in there. Let me raise the volume a bit to make sure you can hear me. Okay. There's a little welcome to the class. Indeed, welcome. And this is like a mini course description of what you'll be learning in Globalization and Social Change. Here is my mugshot, and a little description of me as an instructor. So I will let you read that on your own. What I'm really interested in going over with you is the syllabus for this course. Okay. I would highly recommend that you download this syllabus, save it on your computer, and also print out a hard copy and keep it with you, because you will be referring to it often as you go through each week's material. Okay, so there's the full course description. You can read that if you'd like. Here's a description of signature assignments. This course has 2 signature assignments in week 8. A presentation, which you will be doing online. I will explain that later. And also a short paper. And what a signature assignment means with these is that you submit it through Turnitin on Blackboard, and there will be links under week 8 for you to submit those assignments through Turnitin. Turnitin checks it for plagiarism, makes sure it's your original work, and then I grade it using Turnitin and GradeMark. Rather than grading it on my own in track changes in Word like I like to do, I have to grade it in Turnitin and GradeMark. And I have to use the rubric that's already in there, the grading rubric that's in Turnitin and GradeMark for those assignments. And our main campus in Irvine, the Brandman main campus, then has access to my completed grading rubrics and collect data on how students are doing in this course. Overall, they're not trying to target specific students or actually read your papers. They're just gathering data from the grading rubric to make sure that students overall at Brandman are meeting the learning objectives for this course, and to make sure that I as an instructor am helping you meet those learning objectives. So that's the purpose of signature assignments and the purpose of collecting data on them through the grading rubrics. And that's why they're in place. So if you want to know more about signature assignments, the links aren't in the syllabi yet, but you can go to mybrandman.edu and read more about them, or you can always send me an email and I can direct you to web pages that describe Brandman signature assignments and their purpose. There are no prerequisites for this course, no restrictions. There are, however, how am I doing on time? Am I recording? Sorry about that. Trying to make sure I'm still recording. I'm going to assume I am, and I'm going to keep going. Actually, why don't I stop and restart? I'm sorry for this interruption, but I do want to make sure I'm actually recording, so we don't have any bigger technical difficulties. Oh, there we go. I can see that I'm recording now. Good deal, and I'm about 5 minutes into this video. Alright, sorry about that. Let me keep going. Essential equipment and facilities for this course, really nothing more than is required of all Brandman courses, especially online ones. Make sure you're using Firefox and not Internet Explorer. Make sure that you are using one of the latest versions of Microsoft Office. Just make sure that everything is up to date so that you can access all of the online material for this course. So important for a fully online course. I'll let you read about that. I discussed academic integrity already a little bit in the Start Here video, so I won't talk about that more here, but you can read about it more here or in the Brandman course catalog. As far as services that we provide to students with disabilities, I also address that in my online video on the Start Here button, and there's a link under the Start Here button that takes you to our Disability Services webpage, and this here tells you a little bit more about that. Here's a little bit about our university policies and a link to that. What I'm interested really in telling you about is the required textbook for this course. The required textbook for this course is fairly new, just came out in 2012. This is a textbook heavy course in that you will be doing a lot of reading for this course. So I do recommend that, I don't just recommend, I urge you to either purchase or rent a copy of this course, either a full online copy or a hard copy. I don't know if a full online copy is available. It says it is, most likely through the publishers, who are Wadsworth, and they have a site called Cengage, C-E-N-G-A-G-E. That site will likely let you rent a hard copy of the book or purchase an online copy. Both renting and purchasing an online copy cost less than actually buying a new used hard copy to keep, or to keep and sell back later. So look into all of your options, because I understand that textbooks can be expensive, but this is a paperback textbook. It's not that big. It shouldn't cost as much as maybe some of your textbooks for other courses, but you definitely need access throughout the 8 weeks to a full copy of this text. So there goes my email. I'll look at that later. So be sure to purchase a copy or rent a copy of that text. Here are a couple of links to help you with that, but I would again recommend going directly to the publisher's website, Wadsworth and Cengage. This course has a number of learning objectives. I'm not going to read them all to you now, but here they are. There are 9 of them. By the end of this course, you should have met all of these objectives on globalization, and you should have a very good, strong, basic understanding of globalization and what that means for you in particular, as someone living and participating in a globalized world. To that end, there are 9 major study units in this course that correspond to the chapters in the textbook. We won't be reading all the readings in the textbook, and I'll talk a little bit more about the textbook as well in a few minutes. We won't be doing all the readings under each chapter, as you'll see here. I only listed certain readings for certain chapters. We simply don't have time in an 8-week course to cover all of the readings, but we will be covering most of them. And the readings are short, but as I said, this is a reading-heavy course, so you will be doing a lot of reading. You'll also be looking at a lot of online videos and also maps, which I think is really exciting in a course on globalization, to look at a number of different maps available online. And we will look at that in a few minutes as well. Attendance. Of course, attendance means something different in a fully online course as it does in a face-to-face course. The basic policy for Brandman that I also follow in my courses is that if you are absent, as in you don't do your discussion board and you don't turn in any assignments for 1 week. So in other words, let's say in week 3 you have a discussion board due, you have an assignment due, and you don't turn in anything that week. You post nothing. That counts as 1 absence, and that's as much of an absence as you get. You are allowed to miss 1 week's worth of work, and you will be penalized for that, of course, as far as your assignment grades, but no further than that. However, if you go on to do that another week, if you miss another entire week's worth of work, you don't turn it in, then you will get a penalty beyond just missing the points for those assignments. You are at risk of failing the course unless you talk to me about the reasons for your absences and we come to an understanding and agreement. In other words, don't miss any more than 1 week's worth of work or else you are at risk of failing the course. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, feel free to email and ask. Of course, that doesn't mean that you just get the full number of points for those assignments you didn't do 1 week. You still lose those points. But if you don't do 2 weeks worth of work, you are at risk of failing the course. Alright, so standard grade system here as far as percentages and letter grades. Now let's talk about the specific assignments in this course. As I said, you have 2 signature assignments. One is an individual presentation, no group presentations in an online course. It's too difficult for all of you to work in a small group. So what you will do is an individual presentation on future trends for a global issue. You predict the future of a particular global issue that you read about in the course. And the impact that that issue will have on a specific local culture, at least 2 specific local cultures. In this online course, by an individual presentation, I mean that you turn in a set of PowerPoint slides, or you turn in a set of presentation notes that you type up, or you turn in a presentation script. Basically, you are writing out what you would actually say to the class were we all meeting face to face and you were giving a presentation. So it doesn't need to be written and organized like a formal academic paper, but it does need to be written and organized in a way that would make sense as a face-to-face presentation in the course. And there are more details on that under course information and also under week 8. But keep that in mind. That's one of the big assignments for this course due in week 8 is a short presentation on future trends in globalization. Also in week 8 is your second signature assignment. It's a 6 to 8 page final paper in which you propose solutions, hypothetical solutions, for a current or a future social problem resulting from globalization. And I'm sure you'll have plenty of things to think about for this paper as the course progresses and as you read more about current and predicted future social problems. And you'll also address how local institutions can be involved in this solution for a current or future social problem resulting from globalization. Again, there's more details on this assignment under Week 8 and under Course Information. There's also a grading rubric under Course Information. This is another big 200-point assignment. So your two big assignments are due Week 8. They're worth 200 points each. And you will be working throughout the course towards success on these two assignments. Also, there are participation points for this class. In the online format, which is what you're in, so ignore the participation points for blended format. In an online format, you have 150 points total for your online engagement points, and these are based on 2 individual student presentations of book readings. So as I said, every chapter in the textbook is made up of several readings. You will present 2 of these readings during the course of this next 8 weeks, and I will just explain more of what that entails. Again, you'll be writing like a short summary or an outline or a set of PowerPoint slides on the reading you choose, on 2 readings that you choose, and you will post those under or in the discussion board forum for all of us to look at, and that's what your online participation points are based on. I will be talking about this a lot more, both in these online video lectures and in future emails. You also have 8 discussion board posts in this course. They are 25 points each. And every week, your big things will be reading the assigned readings and doing the discussion board posts, which really require you to think. So you have to set aside some time for that every week. And those are a total of 200 points, same as your signature assignments. So each thing you have to do in this course, each assignment is worth about the same number of points. So they're all important. They all should really take your time and your attention, and they all total to 750 points for this course. And let's go to the week-by-week outline for the fully online course, which is what this is. The assignment details are the same. Here you can read about the participation points that count for the online version of this course. This one, you don't have to read about the blended version, so it's condensed there for you. And I'm actually going to save this class-by-class outline for another video lecture, because I want to make sure that this one is not too long to post on YouTube. So I'm going to stop here, and I will resume my lecture in the next video and tell you about the class-by-class outline for this course. All right, thank you.